A very good morning. Myself Shahnawaz Ahmed Mir, faculty of Diploma in Engineering. In this semester, we have a very interesting subject, namely quantity survey and valuation. So basically today we will discuss about quantity survey and what are the main parts of quantity survey, what are the various types of estimation, what are the types of valuation where we used in civil engineering. So basically what is quantity survey? First we will discuss the definition of quantity survey, then we will discuss about briefly about quantity survey, where it is used, why we are using in modern time in quantity survey in the field of civil engineering. So first of all, what is quantity survey? Quantity survey like schedule of quantities, item rate that are used in buildings. These quantities are calculated from the drawings of building, or in either words or in simple word we can also say that quantity survey gives us quantity of work that is like used in a particular project, either in buildings, apartments, roads, highways, in every field of civil engineering. In short, we can say that quantity survey means calculations of quantities of material required to the complete work concerned, like total quantities of material which is used in any project, that is known as quantity survey. And valuation is a total different thing. It is defined as like the demolishing or delimitation of any building, that is known as valuation. First we will discuss about quantity survey, after that we will discuss about valuation. So moving on, next, what is estimate? If we are preparing any estimate for any project, first we have to prepare the estimate. But basically what is estimate? An estimate is the cost of a construction job, that is probable cost of job as computed from plan and specifications. First we will discuss about estimate. Estimate is a like, suppose we are preparing any we are doing any construction site, either it's road, highway or building. Suppose we have to prepare a estimate like what is the cost of rod, what is the cost of steel, what is the cost of cement, what we will also find about the cost of like sand. That total cost include in a single format, that is known as estimation. For a good estimate, the actual cost of the proposed work after completion should not differ more than 5 to 10% from its approximate cost estimate, provided there are no unusual unforeseen circumstances. Like there is if suppose we are constructing any building, the approximate cost of any estimate lies between 5 to 10%, not more than 5 to 10%. Then what is the need of estimate? लाइक हमें ज़रूरत क्यों पड़ी एस्टिमेशन की, हमें एस्टिमेशन करने की ज़रूरत क्यों पड़ी? बिकॉज रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ कंट्रोल मटेरियल, वी विल आल्सो फाइंड अबाउट द रेट्स, वी विल आल्सो फाइंड अबाउट टोटल अमाउंट वी आर स्पेंडिंग इन एनी प्रोजेक्ट, और total details, specifications, drawing. It also help on the approximate cost of the project to the decide with respect to the cost and ensure the financial resource it is after approved. Like suppose we are constructing any building in civil engineering, so we have to prepare a detailed chart, a detailed drawing, that is known as specification. We will also find out about drawing, their drawing elevations, plans in an estimation. So we can easily say that need for the estimation is required for control material that are using in construction line. So what are the site conditions or site condition affecting overall cost? So there are 3 points in site condition affecting. The first one is transportation, second one is quality of labor, third one is weather condition. In transportation, like transportation charge, suppose we are imported the construction material from one place to another place, that is known as transportation charges. Either we are preparing dams, tunnel, multi-story building, apartment, airport, bridge, road, already in any operation in the field of civil engineering, that is known as transportation. Second point is quality of labor, and labor output varies in different localities. And the third one is weather condition, greatly affect the output, and hence the result is like affecting on overall cost. Quality of labors mean that our work is doing with labor, how much labor we are using in our work, that is known as quality of labor. And weather condition, it's sunlight, rainfall, snowfall, any type of natural affection, that is known as weather conditions. And the third point, moving on the fourth point, like ground conditions and other change of construction, for example execution of dry or hard soft sand required for deep foundation. And the fifth point is maybe in like ground field, public road, lightning and control efforts. These 5 points are affecting in the overall cost of any site conditions. And what are the good qualities of essential of a good estimator? Like we have also already spoke about like qualities of estimate, or qualities are material, quantity of material, any type of material that are using in construction site. Today I am also telling about what are the essential qualities of a good estimator. First of all, first point is knowledge of the detail of construction work. A good estimator must know about that what are the details of construction site. Second part, experience in construction work, like he had already worked with any organization, that way he will also gain the knowledge, he will also use that experience in any forecasting of the project. And the third part, having information regarding the material required, machinery needed, overhead problem and cost of all kind. The fourth point, judgment. Judgment is most important factor in the site of civil engineering, like different job, different workmen, different role and responsibilities. The fifth point is selection of a good method for preparing an estimate. Ability to careful through hard working and accurate. Ability to collect, classify and evaluate the data relating to estimate. Ability to visualize all the steps during the process of construction. What was the first point? Knowledge. Like suppose we are doing any project, he must aware about that what type of project is running, which material are we are using in that project, that is a knowledge. And experience, like suppose you have worked with 2 years experience, 3 years experience in any organization, he must use his experience, his skills in that work. And third one, having information, like he also know about the type of material, which grade of material we are using. And the fourth point is good judgment, like judgment is the essential in any project. Selection of good method, ability to careful, he must be careful, he must also collect the data, also visualize the steps during the process of construction sites. These are the steps that are essential in the requirement of a good estimate. Now before the preparing of any estimate, first we have to visit in any site. For example, I am just giving an example. If the construction of a large building is planned, the estimator or his representative should visit at the site. At least he has to visit in any site for once a time. That's why he will also know about the location of the proposed building, get the all data and the sketches, drawing, specifications, anything he needed, he must have to go in the site. Number fourth point is obtain information concerning light, power and water, and secure information concerning banking facility, conditions of street leading to railway yard, material dealer, and investigate general efficiency of local market. He must also know all the points that I have spoken to you. Like उसको सब कुछ पता होना चाहिए कि अगर वो किसी भी साइट पे जाएगा तो उसको क्या उस लोकेशन पता होनी चाहिए, वहाँ का जो क्लाइमेट है उसके बारे में पता होना चाहिए. He must also know about the sketch, specification, drawing and anything he must also know about that. So this is the basic introduction of estimate, need for the estimate, what are the good qualities while preparing an estimate. These are the introduction. Now moving on the next, what are the different types of estimate? As you know, what is estimate? Details, drawings, specifications, elevations, cost, rate, that is known as estimate, which is included in any type of estimate. Now we will discuss about types of estimate. So there are two types of estimate. That first one is rough estimate and the second one is detailed estimate. Rough estimate is that type of estimate. Suppose we are constructing any type of project. So we will, before constructing the project, we will also prepare a rough estimate. Like suppose we are fixing our rate, like cement rate is 250, steel rate is 1000 or 2500. What are the rates of other quantities? That is known as rough cost estimate. And the detail estimate is prepared with details. All the details are given in that estimate, specifications, their rates, elevation, single item rate is included in detail estimate. That is known as detail estimate. Now depending on the purpose of estimate, some type of detail estimate are as follows. First one is contract estimate, second one is engineer estimate, and the third one is progress estimate. First we will discuss about contractor estimate. Contractor estimate is that type of estimate that contractor give that owner, that is known as contractor estimate. Suppose we are preparing any foundation of a building. First contractor will go there and he will check all the work that are going under his supervision. He will prepare about his type of estimate. He will put his rate, that is known as contractor estimate. And engineer estimate is like any engineer will give the details, specifications, rates. He will prepare in a proper format, that is known as engineer estimate. And the last one is progress estimate. Progress estimate is our project is running, and we will also see the running project performance, which type of qualities of material are using, quantity of material are using. That is known as progress estimate. Now what is the rough cost estimate? Rough cost estimate, as I mentioned it is the work out for the project similar to the project under consideration carried out recently in nearly the same site condition. And it is also known as unit cost estimate, that is execution of any quantity of work that is known as rough cost estimate. Rough cost estimate is generally used in like before the construction. Before the construction we have to prepare any rough cost estimate. So what we find while preparing the rough cost estimate? To find the rough cost of any object, this work average unit cost is multiplied with total quantity of present work in the same unit. For example, in a case of a building, plinth area is in square feet of the proposed building is worked out, which is multiplied by the cost unit into feet square of similar actual building constructed in the near past in nearly the same site condition to find out rough cost estimate. Like I will explain you everything. In case of building plinth, like suppose in Jaipur plinth area rate is 2000, from we are proceeding a building, and which is multiplied to the cost of feet. What is the rate of feet? It's depend on the like different types of nature, like different types of places, different type of different natures are different rates. Similarly, actually construction in the past are, we will also take reference, like if suppose we have construct a building, we will also take it the rate from other building, that is known as rough cost estimate. And the third point is, this cost is sometimes adjusted by average percentage rise in the cost of material and wages. So moving on the example, this is the example of the rough cost estimate. Calculate the total rough cost estimate and cost per flat for multi-story block consisting of 40 residential flat. Other detail are given below in table. So first we will see the table C. This is the example of rough cost estimate. Suppose we are preparing any project, this is the rough cost. Ground floor, this is the area for the ground floor, and the first floor, there are four multi-story buildings, so we have to prepare four multi-story building estimate. First floor square area feet is equal to see, and the second floor same, third floor same. Now moving on the building work, 1800, 1500, 1650, 18, sanitary work 130, electrical service or any other service. So parking area is include in 75,000. Okay, circulation area, covered shopping area, and attached servant quarter. These are the like rough type of estimate. Building work, and building work include all the materials like cement, sand, aggregates. And sanitary work is like included sanitary pipes for cleaning, for the supply of water. It is also included in sanitary. This is the cost of the work. And the electric service like switchboard, bulb, lighting, it is included in electric service. And other services like gas or any other services that is attached as per in quarter. This is the rough type estimate which is used in the construction or building constructions. So in next lecture we will also discuss about rough cost estimate and detail estimate. This is the example of rough cost. In next class we will also discuss about detail estimate, which is used in our construction site or in quantity survey in any civil engineer project. So thank you very much. Very good morning. Today we will discuss about our new topic, that is detail estimate. Basically, what is detail estimate? Detail estimate are prepared by carefully and separately calculating in the detail cost of various items of the work that constitute the whole project from the detail working drawing after the design has been finalized. The mistake, if any, change like in rough cost estimate or either any estimate are eliminated in detail estimate. Detail estimate are submitted to the competent authorities for obtaining technical sanction. Basically, detail estimate is that type of estimate which we have to fill all the detail like specifications, drawing, rates, everything we have to prepare in detail estimate, that is known as detail estimate. There are subcategories while preparing the detail estimates are the first one is like if we are preparing the detail estimate of any site undergoing the project, there are many subheads which we have to see about their locations, like their site history, location, design, topography, accommodation for labor, and also the rates, cost, land, time, money, and expenditure. So basically, what is history? First we have to see about the project, previous work, and total history, which are which type of material that is using in the that estimate or detail estimate. The second one is design. Design is basically the which type of design we are going to planning or executing the in any project, that is which shape we will give of any project is known as design. And the third one is the location, the site of any work or any other information regarding this, that is known as location. And the fourth one is topography. In topography we will also check the nature of soil, orientation of building, that is known as topography. And the next point is scope. What is the future scope, what is the present scope of the project which we are going to construct. So the for arrangement of water supply like sanitary work, electric installation or any other work that is used in building, that is known as scope. And the accommodation is like for labor, for masons, for every worker we have to give them the fooding and as well as accommodation. The next one is rates, whether sanction the rates of any scheduled or non-scheduled item, that we have to analyze is the rate of any item which are used in our project. We have to figure out about the rates of that item. And next one is cost, which what is the total cost, how much cost we will take while preparing any project, that we have also mentioned in detail estimate, that is known as cost. And land, we have to check out whether the land is acquired or not, it's suitable or not suitable for our project. And the next point is time is the main function, time is the main key for preparing the any estimate or running the project, that is how much time we will take, that completion of any work must be given in our detail estimate. And the mode of carrying out of the work, mode we will using machinery or either labor, which type of machinery, or contract system, non-contract system, that is known as mode of carrying work. And expenditure is like financial assistance, like report preparing, also billing rate, that is known as financials. So these are the points that while preparing any detailed estimate we have to figure out, we have to mention in our estimate. The next topic is like contract estimate. What are the different types of estimate, like contract estimate, engineer estimate. Basically contract estimate is that estimate which is made by the contractor for determining the price or prices to be bid. It is usually a carefully prepared detailed estimate. Contractor estimate is that type of estimate which contractor give to that organization while doing the project. If he want to do if he want to do the construction with them, he will also give the his own estimate, that is known as contractor estimate. And the second one is engineer estimate. Engineer estimate is that type of estimate which is made by engineer or consultant while purpose of the financing the work, for checking bids or any other items, materials that submitted to the contractor, that is known as engineer estimate. So this is the method of detail estimate. Basically there are two methods of detail estimate. The first one is separate or individual wall method, and the second one is center line method. So basically the first one, separate, there are like two methods which we will gives us the dimension like length, breadth and height or depth are to be taken out from the working drawing in plan, elevation, section. They give us the dimensions and the junction of wall, corner, meeting points. So they give us special attention. There is a joint of 2 points. In this method they will also give us the execution in foundation, brickwork in foundation, plinth and brickwork in superstructure may be essential by the either of the two method. First we will discuss about separate or individual wall method. The separate individual wall method is that type of method which we will give us detail about short walls, The wall running in one direction are termed as long wall, and the wall running in the transverse direction like backside direction, that is known as short wall direction, without keeping in mind which is lesser in the length and which is greater in the length. Basically the long wall are greater in the length and the short walls are lesser in length as compared to long wall. So the length of the long wall are measured odd, found odd to odd, and those of short wall into in. Long walls are measured into odd to odd direction, and the short walls are measured into in direction. Different quantities are calculated by multiplying the length, breadth, and the height of wall. How we will calculate the length? By multiplying the length, breadth, and the height of the wall. The same rule apply to the execution in foundation to the concrete bed in foundation like dam proof course, that is known as DPC, measure in foundation and superstructure. Superstructure are those structure like which are mainly prepared by the columns and beam, that is known as superstructure. And in long wall odd to odd method, we will also calculate the length center to the center plus half breadth on the side plus half breadth on other side is equal to center to the center length plus one breadth. The short wall method is equal to like center to center length minus one breadth. These are the two methods which is used in detail estimate. The first one is long wall method and the second one is the short wall method. While it's give us like how we will calculate the length, breadth, and the height. They will also give total length of long wall and the short wall of the short length of the short wall method. So these are the steps for long wall and the short wall which we have to follow quickly. First of all, find the length of the accommodation trench of the long wall in odd to odd direction as explained earlier. And the second point is the length of the foundation concrete is same, means the total length of the foundation like in basement is the length is same as. And the third, for the length of the footing of first step of the brick wall, subtract offset like into 2 into 6 inch is equal to 12 in the foundation concrete for the length of the trench or the concrete. And the fourth point, in the second footing we will subtract 2 into 2.25 is equal to 4.5. For the third footing, subtract from the length of the second footing to offset 4 into 5 inch, and in the way deal with the long wall up to the superstructure. For short wall we have to subtracting the 2 offset to the corresponding wall. Basically this formula we will also discuss in when we will do the numerical portion. We will also explain and discuss how we will prepare the detail estimate, how short wall, how we have to find the length, breadth, height in short wall, and the long wall center to center line method. Thank you. We will also discuss in the numerical portion how we will calculate the detail estimate, quantities of bill, rates, which type of material we will use, how we will calculate the bill. So we will discuss in the next class. Thank you. Work. Graphical portfolio of activities and event shows dependency relationship between task activity in a project, clearly shows tasks that must precede or follow that is precedence or succeeding other tasks in a logical manner. Clearly is a representation of plan, a powerful tool for planning and controlling project. So the basically network is defined for showing the relationship between task and activity in project. It clearly shows that must proceed and succeed in a logical manner, and it is also clearly representation of plan. It may be a powerful tool or planning and controlling of projects. This is the example of a simple network diagram. See, the first point is a plan survey, then hire personnel, training, selections, and print questionnaires, then conduct survey, analysis the result. This is the whole process of a network survey which is used in our construction lines. Some terms are used in network analysis. These are activity, event and network. What is activity? Any portion of project task which required by project uses up resources and consume time, may involve labor, paperwork, contractual negotiation, machinery, operation. Activity on arrow like AOA is denoted for activity on arrow, showed as arrow AON, activity on node, and then event, beginning or ending point of one or more activity, instantaneous point in time, also called nodes. And the network is defined as combination of all project activities and the events. This is the diagram of an event. First one is proceeding, then activity, then successor. This is the a complete definition of a network which are used in construction purpose. The sequence of activities are like can start work on activities and be anytime. Since neither of these activities depend upon the completion of prior activities, activity C cannot be started until activity B has been completed. Then activity D can be started until both activities A and C have been completed. The graphical representation is referred as PERT CPM network, which is shown in next slide. So this is the sequence. First, the start work from A and B from any point, any time. Then activity cannot be stopped until activity B has been completed. Then activity D cannot be stopped until both activities A and C have not been completed. This is the sequences of an activities in a project. This is the diagram of a activities like network of 4 activities. First one is A, then B, C, D. As I earlier told, first A and B starting from one point, then B is complete, and then C is started, also C is completed, and then D is completed. This is the sequence of activities. Now I will tell you an example for an activity. Like this is the example: develop the network for a project with following activities and immediate predecessor. प्रीडिसेसर मीन पीछे वाली टर्म एंड सुक्सेसर जो आगे वाली टर्म. जैसे ए का कोई प्रीडिसेसर नहीं होगा और बी का अगर प्रीडिसेसर होगा तो वो ए होगा, और ए का अगर सुक्सेसर होगा तो वो बी होगा, और बी का सुक्सेसर सी होगा. सेम एज इट इज बी का प्रीडिसेसर ए होगा और सी का प्रीडिसेसर बी होगा. एक्टिविटी शो की हुई है ए बी सी डी ई एफ जी एच जी तक, एंड देन उनका इमीडिएट प्रीडिसेसर बताया गया है. जैसे सी का प्रीडिसेसर, ए बी का कोई प्रीडिसेसर नहीं है, सी का बी है, डी का ए और सी है, ई का सी है, एफ का भी सी है और जी का डी ई एफ है. हमें इसको एक सीक्वेंस ऑर्डर में अरेंज करना है, जो कि हम आगे नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. देखिए, नेटवर्क का फर्स्ट 5 एक्टिविटीज़ एग्जाम्पल हमारे पास थी, हमें इसको अरेंज करना था. फर्स्ट पॉइंट हमारा क्या था? ए और बी किसी भी एक पॉइंट पे शुरू हो रहे हैं. देन क्वेश्चन में ये दिया हुआ था कि सी का प्रीडिसेसर कोई नहीं है, तो उनका सुक्सेसर बताया हुआ है कि बी का सुक्सेसर सी है. फिर डी और ई एक ही पॉइंट पे शुरू हो रहे हैं, और उसने ये बताया था कि जो डी का प्रीडिसेसर है वो ए है, और ई का जो प्रीडिसेसर है वो बी और सी है. तो इस तरीके से हम किसी भी एक्टिविटी को अरेंज कर सकते हैं या ड्रा कर सकते हैं. थोड़ी जैसे कि 7 एक्टिविटीज़ का ये एक
डायग्राम बताया गया है। ए का है, ए और बी एक ही पॉइंट पर शुरू हो रहे हैं और सी का प्रीडिसेसर बी है, बीच में हमने एक डमी प्रोवाइड की गई है। फिर डी ई एफ का प्रीडिसेसर सी है और डी ई एफ का सक्सेसर है वो जी है। फिर जी सब का प्रीडिसेसर है, जी सब डी ई एफ जो है वो प्रीडिसेसर हैं जी के। तो उसमें एक नोट बोला गया है कि हाउ द नेटवर्क करेक्टली आइडेंटिफाई, कैसे हम नेटवर्क को हम अच्छे से आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, जैसे डी ई एफ को किया है एज द इमीडिएट प्रीडिसेसर फॉर एक्टिविटी जी। जैसे कि मैंने बताया कि डी ई एफ जो हैं वो प्रीडिसेसर हैं किसके, जी के। नेक्स्ट इज़ द यूज़ ऑफ डमी एक्टिविटी, कि डमी का यूज़ हम कहाँ करते हैं। जैसे कि आपकी डायग्राम में दो एग्जाम्पलें बताई हुई हैं, एक नेटवर्क कॉन्करेंट एक्टिविटीज़ है और उसमें डमी का यूज़ किया गया, उसमें राइट डायग्राम भी बताई है और रॉन्ग भी बताई है। अगर हमें डमी का यूज़ कर रहा है, डमी मीन्स किसी भी दो पॉइंट्स के बीच एक एरो प्रोवाइड करना, उसको हम डमी बोलते हैं। तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट में आप देख लीजिए, एक डायग्राम ड्रा किया है, उसमें दो पॉइंट मार्क किए हैं ए बी और उसमें 1 2 है। अब हमें उसको में डमी प्रोवाइड करनी है। तो ए और बी एक ही पॉइंट से शुरू हो रहे हैं, दैट इज़ 1। और जो अगर हमें उसमें डमी प्रोवाइड करना है तो हम एक एरो दे के उसमें डमी प्रोवाइड करेंगे। जैसे 2 और 3 के बीच में एक एरो दिया है तो हमारी एक राइट डायग्राम बन जाती है विद द हेल्प ऑफ डमी। इसी तरीके से नीचे वाली डायग्राम में भी कुछ पॉइंट्स दिए गए हैं और उसमें यह भी बताया गया है कि डमी का यूज़ कैसे करना है। जैसे रॉन्ग डायग्राम में देख लीजिए, ए बी सी एक ही पॉइंट से स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं और डी ई उसके आगे सक्सेसर हैं। अगर उसकी हमें राइट डायग्राम ड्रा करनी है तो उसमें हमें डमी देनी पड़ेगी। ए बी सी एक ही पॉइंट पे शुरू हो रहे हैं और ई डी जो है वो अलग अलग है और बीच में हमें एक डमी प्रोवाइड किया है। तो दिस इज़ द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ यूज़ ऑफ डमी एक्टिविटी इन PERT एंड CPM। देयर इज़ एन अदर एग्जाम्पल ऑफ डमी। तो फर्स्ट वन इज़, कोई एक डायग्राम दी है जिसमें उन्होंने डमी का यूज़ किया है, हमें उसको राइट तरीके से ड्रा करना है और उसमें यह भी बोला है कि ए प्रोसीड कर रहा है डी को और ए बी प्रोसीड कर रहे हैं ई को, बी एंड सी प्रोसीड कर रहे हैं एफ को और ए डज नॉट प्रोसीड एफ। उसने ये उसमें पॉइंट्स दिए हैं। तो डायग्राम हमें दिया है, अब हम उसको ड्रा कर रहे हैं। तो सबसे पहले हम एक पॉइंट लेते हैं ए, उसको मार्किंग देते हैं 1 और उसने ये बोला है कि ए प्रोसीड डी, तो वहाँ पे हम एक एरो दे देंगे और वहाँ पे डी लिख देंगे। फिर हमें एक डमी का यूज़ करना है जिसमें उसने ये बोला है कि ई एंड बी प्रोसीड कर रहे हैं ई को, तो डमी का प्रोवाइड करने के बाद जब ए और बी को 2 और 4 का हम उसको पॉइंट दे देंगे और वो दोनों प्रोसीड करेंगे ई को। देन बी एंड सी प्रोसीड एफ और बी और सी में भी एक डमी प्रोवाइड कर देंगे जो कि फिर प्रोसीड करेगी वो किसको, एफ को। तो ये एक प्रोसेस है, ये एक एग्जाम्पल है कि जैसे कि हम इसमें हम ड्रा कर सकते हैं, डमी का यूज़ करके रॉन्ग को राइट फिगर बना सकते हैं। देन रिसोर्स एनालिसिस एंड शेड्यूलिंग। एबिलिटी टू कैरी आउट प्रोजेक्ट डिपेंड ऑन द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ रिसोर्स। Analyze resource implication, how requirement can be met and change needed. Use resource efficiently. Use network to give information about time, resources and cost. हमारे पास क्या क्या रिसोर्स हैं, उनको कैसे एनालाइज करना है, फिर उसको हम कैसे शेड्यूल कर सकते हैं। सबसे पहले अपने पास एबिलिटी होनी चाहिए कि हम कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट को हम अपने अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ रिसोर्स के अकॉर्डिंग ले सकें। देन उस पर हम इम्प्लीकेशन कर सकें, क्या क्या हमें रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं, क्या क्या हमें उसमें चेंज करना चाहिए, और फिर जो हमारे पास रिसोर्स हैं उनका यूज़ अच्छे तरीके से करना चाहिए और एक प्रॉपर इन्फॉर्मेशन लेके टाइम को देख के हमें फिर उस पर की जो भी कॉस्ट हैं उसके लेके रिकॉर्डिंग उसको फिर हमें फिनिश करना चाहिए, उसको हमें कंप्लीट करना चाहिए।